Miriam just got a blanket. Who are you?
Hello, I am, cold. Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also a co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind
And
Keto Chow.
cold.
I'm not actually. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto super easy. We also have some
Super
electrolyte
easy.
supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track, so thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
Indeed. So we got Storm Chasing Gal here from Jenks, and it was 85 today.
Ooh, that's nice.
Not very happy about that.
Yeah, what time was it? Or what time was it? What time was it in degrees here?
It is currently 38 degrees here.
Oh, yes. Well,
Anyway.
it's 38 degrees in our bedroom.
That's right.
Ooh.
Let's see. Oh, and Ginny is here from Maui.
Oh, it's probably wonderful in Maui also.
Sarah's here as well. So is Linda. Sarah says it's 67 in Claremont.
That's perfect degrees. Perfect weather.
Tamara says it's 78 in Mesa.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome.
Guys, I'm cold.
Visual Keto is here. So is Purple Love and Nana.
Hi, guys.
Rob says hi, everyone.
Hi, Rob.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Storm Chasing Gal says, okay, Wisconsin, send it on down. Come on. Nancy's here. Hi, Nancy. Caden says hello from Southwest Louisiana, Cajun country.
Oh, and it's
Nice.
80 degrees.
Carrie's
that is
here. So
lovely.
is Rickwin and Just Jason, which I always think of. So there's a TV series called Studio C. Excuse me. That's on a local. It's on a local TV station. Anyway, and they have a skit called Just Jeremy. And it has a song, and there's a guy named Jeremy, and it's always, it's just Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, every time I see Just Jason, I think of that. I sing the little song.
I see Just Jason, and I think it should be changed to The Amazing Jason.
Right?
Or Awesome Jason. Or Jason the Best. Or Jason the Great.
Matt Franklin's here. Hi, Matt. So is
Matt.
Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Jenny says Maui needs more tourists. Not in Lahaina, but in
Something else.
Kilhay. Sorry. We're hurting financially. So many losing their jobs. Pray for us. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Mike says, hi, Miriam and technical guy.
Yes.
That's me.
Technical guy.
I helped Lynette print envelopes on one of the printers today
Well, that's
for
magical.
super secret Black Friday stuff.
Because guess what month it is? Black Friday month.
Yep. Also, hold on a second.
He's leaving. Goodbye. I love you. Oh, you're getting closer to the camera. Freakily, weirdly.
Focus. Check that out.
Aura Ring made him a Keto Chow ring.
I got a laser engraver, and I totally engraved the Keto Chow logo on my ring. It's stupid, I know, but I thought it was
I
fun.
think it's cute. It's cute. Now you just need to put a C plus M on mine
Oh, okay. I probably could do that.
or something romantic.
Let's see. Penny's here
love
from
you.
Everett. Susan says hello from Virginia, which always makes me think of John Carter of Mars.
Right.
Virginia.
Me too. Virginia.
Marianne is here. So is Gina. Hope you're all having a
Gina.
terrific Tuesday. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a nice day.
Julie's here from Georgia.
It was raining today. I got some really cool pictures of the mountains because when I went to work, it was like, I don't know, 8:30 or something like that.
Slacker.
I was totally almost on time today.
Anyway, please
my
continue.
time is what I want it to be, and that's fine.
Yes, it is.
The entire mountain range was covered in clouds. The whole top of the mountains were covered in clouds because it was raining, actively raining, but it was like not dark, foreboding clouds. It was just like interesting looking clouds.
Okay.
So I took a picture of that, and then later on today, I was taking Sam at like 3 o'clock this afternoon, taking Sam to shots, and
Allergy shots.
and
Not worms.
that section that was covered with clouds was a complete perfect line on the mountains of snow.
Nice.
It looked really cool, actually.
Well, Mary's here, first time live viewing.
Oh, Mary,
Welcome.
so glad you're here.
Patricia
Thanks for
says
saying hi.
it was 60 in Massachusetts today.
Ooh, that's nice too.
D King is also here from Georgia. Caden says I wanted to mix up a shake to use as creamer for my coffee.
yeah.
Best fat, heavy cream, or butter?
What do you prefer, for one? And do you want a little bit higher carbs with the heavy cream
It's
or lower carbs
easier
with
to
the
mix
butter?
with heavy cream.
Yeah.
If you do butter, you have
want
to use a
something
blender.
fast.
Yeah. I actually mixed up 6 shakes with heavy cream today because I was doing flavor testing.
Whoa.
None to speak of, by the way. And then I also tonight mixed up 18.
That was a lot. We filled up
it was
the fridge.
6. 6 times 3.
6 times 3.
6 batches of 3.
That's
so I did
what
those.
you learn in elementary school. is
Did
how to
those
do times
while I
tables.
was waiting for everybody to decide it was time to eat dinner.
Yep. And I just
They were watching
literally
a show.
threw random stuff on the table.
Yep. But, well, and it's because we ran out of the Keto Chows I mixed up last Sunday this morning. There was one in the fridge when I checked this morning. I figured Kate would take it.
And she did.
Good. I left it for her. And so I mixed up, let's see, I did 6 apple. I did 3 pistachio.
Yes.
3 orange cream.
sounds
3
good.
lemon meringue. And 3 chocolate.
Nice.
I think that's 6
I think
times
that sounds about right because I put them in the fridge and I remember seeing those.
And I put
flavors.
stickers on all of them.
Yeah, that was
So you can
awesome.
tell what they were. All of them are 2.7,
Okay.
except for the chocolate and the apple, which are 3.0.
And you made them with half a stick of butter.
Yep.
And then now we need to make Ninja Creamies because you made all those and I'm eating them.
That's right.
And you're helping.
I actually had 3 pints
I don't
of
think I
Keto
could do
Chow
3 in
ice
a
cream.
day. Maybe that's
today.
why I've been cold today.
No.
Also because it's 30
I had
degrees. That's
butterscotch Keto Chow ice cream for breakfast, maple waffle Keto Chow
Ah,
ice cream
yes.
for lunch, and
cold.
butterscotch
Butterscotch for dinner.
for dinner. And I think there's one more butterscotch, and that's all the butterscotch
Oh,
that we
can I
have
have
here
it?
at home. No, I made you licorice.
Fine, I'll eat the licorice.
Actually, I'm probably going to have the maple.
I do really like the licorice. I had a licorice for lunch and
Okay.
a licorice for dinner.
Okay.
And the kids had turkey and salad
for-
and tomatoes.
You forgot anything for breakfast or lunch and had to go back home and get
Well,
some
that's
today.
correct. That is true. But what else did I go to get? Oh, I went to the dentist with my daughter.
Dennis.
So I was like, well, I'm going to go
Might as well
home
go.
anyway. I might as well get the thing.
Lori's here from Vancouver Island.
Hi, Lori.
Let's see. Kel says, good evening, everyone. 39 degrees in Holland, Michigan.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're the same. It's 38 here.
And it's 71 in Texas where Carrie's at. Let's see. I already said hi to you, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
He wants to say hi again.
Mike says, I ate Buffalo Wild Wings for lunch. Oh, that'd be good. And I'm eating leftover pumpkin soup for dinner. It's delicious.
Oh, that does sound delicious.
Living your best life there, man. Patricia says, making turkey neck soup. Going to add Keto Chow chicken
Ooh,
soup.
that sounds awesome.
So on Sunday, we had, my parents were going to come over, but they didn't because
One of our kids is
a whole
sick.
bunch of our kids are
Well, 2 of them are
either
sick
sick
now.
or getting better. And so they didn't come over, but the turkey was already in process.
Yes.
So we had turkey for Sunday dinner, and we had some leftover turkeys.
Not turkeys, just turkey.
No, there were so many turkeys. Patricia, oh yeah. Carrie says, I'm glad I'm not in retail anymore to work Black Friday. Me
Yes,
too. See,
that's
Matt
true.
likes my ring. So does Cindy.
I like it too. I was surprised. I noticed
says,
it.
it's my birthday. I'm going to have birthday cake Keto Chow with a crumbled up Quest. I usually don't eat this stuff. Birthday cake cookie to stir in. Oh,
That's a great idea.
does sound good. With whipped cream and sugar-free sprinkles. You ready, Loretta?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Loretta. Happy birthday to you. I think Mary likes my ring as well. Micah says, looking forward to Keto Chow Black Friday weekend. Tracy says, hello.
Hey, Tracy. How are you doing?
I'm supposed
Are you
to
recovered?
start
Chris is going to start.
heavily insinuating
Okay.
that fancy stuff is coming for Black Friday.
Fancy stuff.
And people who are subscribed to MyChow are going to want to be subscribed to MyChow.
Still.
Yes.
So don't discontinue your subscription right now.
Being a subscriber to MyChow will be good.
Because of the fancy stuff.
Because of fancy stuff that I'm not willing to talk about.
Fancy Nancy is a book.
Fancy Nancy is a book.
Speaking of Tracy, now we're thinking of Fancy Nancy.
Yeah. Gina says it was 4 degrees in Orange County and loves my rain. Okay, Penny says, does the Keto Chow electrolytes expire? I found an open bottle in my pantry. I don't remember when I bought it. Okay.
It will not expire.
We have to put a best buy date on it. We're required to by the FDA. But the minerals that are in the bottles of electrolytes are millions of years old. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They're not going to go bad. They're just minerals. What will happen first is actually they will dry out and turn into crystals, and then the bottle that they are in will eventually break down into a powder after a couple 100,000 years. And at that point, you probably wouldn't want to eat them. But if they're 10 or 15 years old,
they're still good.
They're fine. So, anyway, yeah, they don't go bad.
Yeah, minerals are magic.
Matt says 8:30 start time, slacking off in the morning. Nancy's here. Lindsay says, I went camping and bird watching.
You
I walked
did? How
17
cool is that?
miles. Wow.
Oh my gosh, good job.
Made pecan with butter. Yeah, didn't drink it as a shake. I added it to my oatmeal like a creamer on top.
Wow,
Nice.
how fun.
Storm Chasing Gal says, y'all have snow, don't you? Yes, we do.
Just in the mountains, we had rain in the valley, and it was just like a little light rain all day.
Yeah.
It was just
well, except
cold.
This morning at 3 a.m. when I woke up to the
that's
pounding
true. That
rain.
was really noisy.
It took me an hour to get back to sleep.
So sorry. I heard it for a second and thought, wow, it's raining.
Well, then you push the snuggle button, so.
Snuggle.
Anyway, Dennis is here. Welcome. Wonderful rainy evening to you as well.
I don't remember snuggling at 3 a.m.
Okay. Patty says, I've been looking everywhere for A&W Cream Soda Zero.
Yes.
I could not found it.
Could not found it.
Minos speak good sometimes.
That's why we use Zevia.
Yeah, that's why we use Zevia. Joe and Rachel found A&W Cream Soda, Diet Cream Soda.
I know it exists.
I mean, it must. They have a picture of it.
Did you look at the tiny Walmart?
Yes.
Usually
I went to the big Walmart.
At the tiny Walmart,
I went to the
they have
tiny
lots of
Walmart.
good
That's where they
flavors
had
of
Zevia. There was
funny?
no Zevia at the big Walmart.
Gosh.
Anyway,
What about Harmon's?
I also
What about
went to
Smith's?
Fresh Market and to Harmon's and did not find A&W Diet Cream Soda.
Lame.
So, there you go. Let's
Have it
see.
shipped
Lady
in.
Fritzader is here.
Hi.
Let's see. Visual Kyo says, I made 15 yesterday and a couple of creamies.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Way to
really
be
like
prepared.
making a bunch of Keto Chow at a time
Yeah, and then you don't have to think about it.
because it's like saving time, like putting it into a bank and storing it up. And then on my way to work, I just breeze past the refrigerator, yank it out, and that was it. Lynette's here and is really looking forward to playing around with the laser engraver.
Yeah, I bet she
Same
is.
thing I made the ring with.
Can you engrave my soda can?
No. Well, it has a list of stuff you can engrave, and I think that aluminum is on there, but stainless steel definitely is, and it just changes the color. Like, you can't even feel,
Yeah, that's weird.
like, it just changes the color. And I think it's I'm interested to see how it wears.
I think it's funny because doesn't it feel like it's not stainless steel? It's got to be stainless steel coated. Because it's like
No,
plastic.
that's stainless steel, but it's very thin.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. It's like coated. It's like a piece of plastic that
Mary
happens to
wants
have
to
a tiny
know
computer inside.
if orange cream is available. So
I don't know that.
orange cream is
Answer.
a seasonal flavor.
So
Now
Chris
we have
made all seasonal flavors so that he could tell you
much.
about it.
So you come on down here to the bottom, you look at our unavailable flavors. Once they're unavailable, we move them off
Are you sharing?
and into
Do you want
here.
us to
So
stop talking so loud?
orange cream is sold out, so is key lime and root beer and orange mango. And then here are the flavors that they're not coming back, unfortunately.
That was what I ate today. It was the black licorice.
They're the ones that are temporarily out of stock.
Temporary.
So it should be back on our shelves soon.
That's so many things.
It is. A lot of them are, hey, they're seasonal. A lot of them are, well, they're just discontinued.
And
like
you
the
know-
aforementioned black licorice.
I've been making a ton of soup lately too.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been eating Ninja Creamies ice cream with a blanket on, and I've been making soup Because that's delicious.
Oh, Marie. We need to sing the happy birthday to Marie. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marie. Happy birthday to you. It's funny to me, this song. It's like you always have to, no matter how many syllables their name is, you make it fit. Mac Warriors here says, I'm extremely upset with your practice of not printing enough recipe cards and getting surprise boxes. The monthly recipe cards without cards being available.
Oh.
With the recipe boxes.
Well, if we missed one and you're in a surprise box, reach out and we'll fix that.
Surprise
because they
boxes
should have already had
should
it in
always
there.
have them. Mm-hmm. And we print extras so that there's leftovers.
Yep. So if we missed it, let us know because we'll want to fix that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm actually not sure what you mean by that. Because, yeah, there are always extra ones. In fact, if you could go here to shop and you go to bottles and more, the old recipe cards from months past, I already scrolled down.
You
Are up
passed
here.
them.
So you can select which month you want them. And it shows you what they are.
Is.
And we have them priced pretty much what they cost us to print them.
Yeah.
So,
They're not that bad.
okay.
Sorry about that.
Matt says we have no room in our fridge or freezer for any keto chows. Have to eat some stuff first so we can make room.
Yep, I feel that.
And lately, I've been trying to go shopping in our freezer.
Me too. And then the kids are so sad because they're like, there's nothing in the fridge to eat. You have to look in the freezer. But it makes the fridge cleaner.
Okay, Susan has a great question. Do you usually make creamy pints with butter or with a different fat?
We make everything with butter.
Unless I don't have time.
Because we like butter better. For a couple of reasons, right? It's a little bit lower carbs. It's brings out the flavor more.
Yeah, because
Which
heavy
that's
cream
really
tends to
good.
mute the flavor.
We like it the best. And then it also just tastes good. The one thing that heavy cream does that butter doesn't do is it's like a little bit thicker.
Yep.
So if you want it thicker, then that's good.
Flat
to
River
do.
Keto is here.
Hello.
Everyone has been sick except for me at our house.
Oh,
I'm holding
man.
out hope that I don't get sick. Mary says the Dash single serve ice maker not having luck making ice cream, so I want to have Keto Chow ice cream. So we did, just before the Ninja Creamy came out, we did a roundup of, I think it was 6 or 7 different
There's a lot of
makers.
ice cream makers.
Mostly, like there was a compressor ice cream maker. There were a couple of freeze the bowl ones. The Dash single serve one, we tested that.
It's so cute.
It doesn't have enough cooling capacity to make really thick ice cream.
Yeah, but you can make a slushy.
Yeah, and it's also really small. So it was like,
You could do
my
half.
recollection
I think
was
it was
it
like
was a half.
a serving you
Yeah.
could do and then eat it, and then half a serving you could do it again.
Yeah, but it was still like really soft.
But it
So.
was cute.
Yeah, it kind of worked.
It was cute.
Let's see. Dustin said, I made tonight live. And Dustin wants a glass bottle.
Oh yeah. Oh, Mac Warrior. Go ahead and go onto the website, and there should be at the bottom, like down this way, on this part of the bottom of our Keto Chow page, where you can click to write to customer service, and they'll get back to you tomorrow.
Oh, and if you, for instance, have the
order.
not surprise box, then that doesn't come with the recipe cards, but you can add it.
Yeah.
And I think it's like $1. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Don't
what
quote
it
me on
is.
that. It might be $2. But yeah, if you did get the surprise box and it didn't come with the surprise recipe cards, yeah, if you got a problem, they'll solve it. Matt says you can meet Fancy Nancy at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
I want to be Fancy Nancy.
Julie says, what is butterbeer? So when the Butterscotch Keto Chow came out, Joe and Rachel Stoffer of Two Crazy Ketos made a copycat of the butterbeer that you get at Universal Studios in Harry Potter Land,
Yes.
which is, it's made up Harry Potter stuff, but it's kind of butterscotchy with a bunch of heavy cream and some carbonation.
It's like a
So,
soda that the kids could drink that's not beer.
Yeah. Let's see. Serena says fancy stuff for both surprise and pick your own MyChow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Penny says the electrolytes looked fine, and I've been using them for the past few days. I was just wondering if they might expire. Yeah, and they also are impervious to temperature.
Also, if you just dump some out on a plate, they'll dry out, and you'll have salt on your plate.
That is true.
After a few days. Well, especially here in Utah when everything dries. If you're in a warm climate, it may not ever dry.
Well, Ned's still
evaporate
driving
out.
home from work.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, you be careful, young lady.
Oh, that's so late.
And Storm Chasing Gal says Amazon has that zero sugar root beer. Well, it's not the root beer that we couldn't find. It was this
Yeah,
A&W
we could
cream
find the
soda.
root beer. It's it. But cream soda is always harder to
Oh,
find.
Mac Warrior says they have the A&W cream soda at Kroger's.
Yeah. Well, then let's
I
go
didn't
look
look
at
at Smith's.
It's right by Keto Chow. Tomorrow.
Mike says we call it Baby Walmart.
Oh yeah, I call it the baby Walmart too.
So Geeky Nana wants to know how long does Keto Chow last in the fridge?
When it's mixed up,
Hmm.
Keto Chow can last up to 6 days in the fridge.
Now, sometimes it does last a little bit longer, but 6 days is a good rule of thumb.
So we usually just like to make up a bunch on Sunday, and then we make sure that they're done by the end of the week.
Yeah.
They're gone. So today's messed up because it's Tuesday, so you're gonna have to pay attention because that's Sunday.
And Penny says, yeah, their Kroger's carries the A&W cream soda, but only in cans.
That's okay. That's what we
Meg
were
is
looking
here,
for.
says popping in to say
Meg.
hi. I really feel ready for bed. Don't really like it getting dark so early.
I actually kind of love it.
I was driving home
I'm ready
last
to go
night
to
and I was
sleep.
like, why? It's like midnight. No, it was like
It was like 6.
6:30.
Yeah.
Ellen says, I'm loving the vanilla cream core, unsweetened so much. Do you think there will be big bags of that eventually? Maybe. The one thing that, with the core is that we can't restock it
Right.
until sometime in mid-2024,
So if we did big bags, you'd see them then, but we
if we do them.
aren't for sure.
LaShawn is here.
Sorry, that's not helpful.
Hey, long time no see.
How are you?
Gina says, I eat a Ninja Creamy while on the heating pad.
That's a good idea.
Janice is here, busy grating frozen butter. I'm assuming
Are you gonna make
to make
the
some bread.
bread? I like that bread. The
Mike
fatter
says
bread.
guava grapefruit should come back. I bought a lot, so I haven't run out.
I like that flavor too.
Yep.
You know what I already miss is that orange mango for coconut shrimp. Oh, we were gonna make Cindy coconut shrimp and we forgot.
Yep. Oh, Carrie has a Cuisinart ice cream maker, a Cuisinart. I never know how to say
How
it.
do you say it?
I make soft serve so I can make Keto Chow ice cream. There you go.
That's
Lisa
awesome.
says I found an amazing butcher and now I'm having trouble finding room for both meat and creamies.
Yes, I feel that. Yeah, we just need to get out meat and make it.
Mike wants to know about subscribing to the recipe cards and the build your own. So when you go into manage
Manage your
the subscription, it shows up as an add-on item
Yeah, and you can just add it on.
that you can just add.
But I think if you do it as an add-on, it doesn't add to the subscription. I think it adds it on as one. So that may
It adds it
even
as a
be-
separate subscription that happens to go in at the
Oh,
same
really?
time. Yeah.
Because I think there's a way you can add it on as a single purchase also. So it may be that Mac Warrior
No.
had added it on as a
No,
single
it
subscription.
It does it as a subscription,
Okay.
not a single purchase.
Well, that there may be two different ways. How's that?
yeah. And if you are having problems with it, you can contact our customer service people.
They
and
will
they'll
look
get
it
figured
up
out.
and they will know what it is.
Janice's beef butter, bacon, and eggs is killing me. My shrine of creamy containers are holding a vigil.
Oh, I'll eat for you.
Sean is having heated coconut milk and milk frother with a warm birthday cake
how
keto chow for
fun.
dinner. And well, Sean really likes butterscotch.
I do too. Apparently, we only have one left.
Donna says, late to the party. How's everyone tonight? I'm great here. My 27-year-old grandson is here for a week
Oh,
visit.
that's so fun. I'm glad you get
Nice.
to hang out with him. That's so awesome.
Mac Warrior says, looked a week later than the September 23rd cards were sold out. I think that might be a
Might have been a typo or something.
yeah,
A mess
like
up.
they didn't put the quantity incorrectly.
That's highly possible. Because it looks like they're there now.
Well, no, they show is sold out.
Oh,
so,
just kidding. They're not there.
yeah.
We can check.
Hey, John.
Have customer service check.
Can you remind me to talk to Holly and make sure that the quantities for the
Are
September
correct.
recipe cards are updated? because we have a lot of them, I'm sure. Maybe they
See-
put them in and they weren't added yet. Maybe the item was created and it wasn't stocked yet.
Yes, well, business things.
Business.
Business.
Somebody wants to know
Business.
what purse bacon is.
It's bacon you put in your purse.
Usually in a plastic bag.
Yeah,
Like you cook
preferably.
bacon and you bring it places.
Yeah.
And it
was
stays good, and
it was
it's-
so cute at Keto Palooza. My friend Stina, she pulls out this like really flat Ziploc bag and opens it up, and then opens this napkin, and it has 3 pieces of bacon, and then opens another napkin, and it has a Keto Chow waffle in it.
Oh, Patty looked at Smith's for the cream soda zero and could not find it either.
No.
Okay, Kaden wants to know what type of magnesium is in the drops.
Oh, that's easy for me to answer. It's magnesium chloride.
Yes, it is, which is really easily absorbed. The ones that the magnesium you don't want is magnesium oxide. Magnesium citrate tends to give people the runs.
Yes, it still is fairly good absorbed.
Yeah, oh, it will
absorbed.
absolutely absorb.
But
and
the
it's
problem
great.
is it also can run through you. So if you need a laxative, that's a good one too.
Okay, Lynette's home now. Okay.
Yay! Glad you're safe.
Let's see. Patty also tries to use Instacart to find the cream soda zero.
Oh, that's so
no
sad.
luck. Maybe it just doesn't like Utah.
Yeah, which is too bad because I really like cream soda a lot.
Too Crazy Kyo says, "What's up, family?" And Mike wants to know if Core is at risk of selling out. Let's see.
Oh, I don't know.
I added
I don't think it
availability
is.
bars. We'll
We
come-
still got the old packaging and the chocolate.
Yeah. So those
Oh,
ones are
yeah,
fine.
there's totally have a lot
Let's
of those.
see.
They're so cute. Look
Still
how
doing
cute that
fine.
red package is. I love it
And
so much.
we'll check I'm just checking the sweetened ones really quick.
The unsweetened ones are not as... Oh, that one has a ton left.
Yeah. We ordered a lot.
I want one of those.
We knew that we weren't going to be able to restock it, and so we ordered kind of a lot.
I know, but you said that before.
I did. LaShawn tried chocolate core mixed with chocolate mint and did not like it. Tasted like dark chocolate. It overpowered the mint. They only used 1 tablespoon.
You know,
All right.
but you know what's funny? The chocolate mint, that was a doozy to get right.
To get right, yeah.
It was really hard because we would put in more chocolate and then you couldn't taste the mint. And then you put in more mint and then you couldn't taste the chocolate. You put in more chocolate and you couldn't taste the mint. Over and over. It was probably the hardest flavor for us to make right. And it's just great. So I would not touch it.
Lisa says, after I get tired of pumpkin, I was going to start going core. Should I buy a bunch now? It looks like it's fine.
You should.
Joe Ray is here.
Joey, hi!
Let's see. Mike Warrior says, I talked to someone on chat and they said, sorry, they're sold out. That doesn't sound right, though.
It's possible that one is sold out.
I don't know. Well, maybe. The problem that we've been having is we have a lot of them left over every month, and so
maybe we ordered less this time.
maybe we did order less. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Jory says it's pumpkin sausage soup season.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Mike says I get the cards every month as a separate sub, and for a while, big bags every other month. Only thing is they ship only cards. They charge us postage. That is true.
Oh, that's true. And
Jennifer
sorry about
got the butterscotch to add to my butterscotch coffee every morning.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Marie says, I'm just checking. Oh, I didn't see the add-on, the recipe cards in the add-on options.
On the Choose Your Own MyChow kit.
Okay, now I want to know.
You know, well, now we're going to be doing tech support online.
Tech support online. It doesn't take that long.
We'll see if something's wrong.
Build your own
and Chris
kit.
will fix it right now.
Choose your own.
live.
You can't do seasonal or limited, but this one you can because it's surprise. Okay, I'm going to choose your size. Doing stuff with a song. I'll do this. No, actually, I'll do this one because it's easiest to select.
Easiest to select from.
And I'm just going to get 2 blueberry pie.
Wow, that's a lot of blueberry pie.
Right? Next.
Oh, that's the add-ons? Oh,
It
okay,
should
go down,
be
go
there.
down. Next again. Next again.
And there's the single things aren't there either.
No add-ons are there except for those. So we'll fix that tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah, there should be.
There
The
should be a lot
recipe
more
cards.
than that as add-ons.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing that up. Da da da.
We'll get it fixed tomorrow.
Let's see. Penny says might try looking at Big Lock. Ollie's or United Groceries.
Oh, we don't have any of those stores.
Might have Big
I
Lots.
think we have Big Lots, but I don't think we have one close to us.
Yeah. Mixes. I'm also back to tracking my food. My last blood work was disappointing. I have backslid in several areas. I mean, I got
Sorry.
lazy over the last 9 months. Getting back on
Back
track.
to life, back to reality.
Dustin wants to know, is there a good place to look up what version of vitamins are more easily absorbed than others? Maybe a Keto Chow blog post. I don't know if there's a blog post.
But we could write one.
Yeah. So there is a video where from the low carb cruise where I went through a bunch of them.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the ones that we have. It's not all vitamins ever anywhere.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to just go per vitamin.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's a good thing to look up. See if you can. Do you want to maybe find that clip, the YouTube
Sure,
video?
let's see if I can find it. Let's
YouTube video.
see. YouTube.
Keto Chow, low carb cruise.
Keto
Chris Bear.
Chow Cruise Bear.
I know him.
There it is.
You're so cute. Look at your cute face with
Smee.
your scuba face.
Scuba face. I'm just
Just
telling
a
you. Okay,
scuba face.
so
Bow, bow, bow,
Dustin, there's the video you can watch
Boink.
that talks about that.
It's super geeky.
It's somewhat geeky. Let's see. Okay, there was. Okay, Cynthia says, I do not like the new packaging.
Green eggs
As a
and ham.
visually impaired person, it's extremely hard to read.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
don't need my glasses with the old packaging.
Yeah.
Now, if you're talking about,
the little tiny
the
letters?
individual packets,
Yeah.
there's only so much space on those.
It is hard to read.
Now,
sorry.
one thing that we do have, okay, if you go to Learn on our website and you go to Nutrition, down here at the bottom,
Oh, that's also something you can't read because it's so tiny.
but it is screen reader compatible.
Oh, okay.
So if you search for
Banana.
blueberry, you've got Blueberry Pie 2.7 and Blueberry Pie 2.8.
Okay, so you
And
can
it
read
has-
the differences there.
And it has the actual values that are not rounded by the FDA.
Right.
For that matter, if you go to any of the,
Oh, that's an old picture.
this is an old picture. So like for instance, eggnog. On here, when you come on down here, this supplement facts,
That's also tiny.
this is also screen reader compatible. This
So
is
if you need
actual text.
Wow,
and
that's.
and
if
it
you
can
click
get
on it,
really
you can
big.
make it really big.
You can. So, yeah, the individual packets,
I'm
they,
sorry.
I'm sorry. It's,
It's just so many words we have to try to
Well,
shove on there.
and the old packaging
It was,
was
also
even
really
actually
tough,
smaller.
Really hard to read.
Now, if you're talking about the big bags, I think those ones are bigger.
Or maybe she's talking about like the main flavor. Because the main flavor was really easy to read on the old packaging, and the main flavor
Possibly.
is just like tiny on the side on the new package. So I could see how it's not as good. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Donna says, my grandson wants to make keto chow with eggs tomorrow. Should we use a shaker bottle or a blender? Should the eggs be raw, or should we scramble the eggs and then use the blender?
Are you gonna drink it, or are you gonna eat it like pudding? Because if
Yeah,
you're
if
going,
you're
if
making
it's gonna be
pudding,
pudding, you
scrambled.
want it to be like scrambled eggs and use a blender, and then blend it longer than you think you should blend it, so you can make sure to get all the pieces really soft.
Now, if you're
Come in.
planning to drink it, the way that Joe and Rachel will make shakes with an egg is they'll have the blender going and then they'll crack an egg into it and they just drink it right away. Mike says, I think the unavailability of certain sodas might be due to the acacia gum shortage.
I guess it could be.
Maybe. I also understand that a lot of the soda manufacturers were consolidating their flavors and paring down their.
And it makes sense that
Manufacturing
cream
wise.
soda would have been pared down anyway because it doesn't sell as well as the other ones.
Yeah. Janice wants to know if it's possible to make bread.
We have some bread
Keto Chow.
recipes. They have other ingredients too. Go to the recipes, and before even the egg bread was super hot, One of them is like, I think it's like better than rye. What's it called? Something rye bread. Oh, it's so good.
Almost pumpernickel.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
That was the one.
It's so good though. It's super dense. But yeah, we should make that. Wouldn't that be yummy toast with that
this
bread?
was Taffy's
You've had that bread
recipe.
a long time ago.
Probably.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Tell you.
Tell me and everybody else.
there it is.
Okay, so I was going to institute.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you're gonna
School stuff. Yeah.
something like that. And the institute is not in Salt Lake, but that's where I ended up.
Oh, you autopiloted down to Salt Lake?
No, like I entered the wrong address.
Oh, did you totally miss
you
the
went
class
to the institute
entirely?
at the U of U?
No. I went to the testing that I was just at.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Okay.
I just completely.
You just missed your class entirely.
And
you just came
probably
home.
still going on. But
Okay.
Well,
like in Salt Lake, and I'm like, this is the wrong place.
Nice drive. You're like, well, I recognize this as in this. I was here the other day, and I
Yeah.
don't need to be here now. Well, that was awesome.
And it was raining, and it was dark,
Oh, yeah.
and it was terrible.
Oh, I'm
driving in the
sorry.
rain in the dark.
Oh, and you were so looking forward to today.
And I had the cutest pants on.
yeah, you can't see them. Whoop,
They're cute.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Shauna, who you
Such a
know, says,
bummer.
I did really well a few years ago with Miriam doing tracking and 1 big meal and 2 keto chows a day. I might try that again. The snack monster inside has attacked.
Yeah, I feel that.
Hey, and Joe, I put the link to the low carb cruise. Good job,
thanks,
Joe. Let's see.
Thanks, Kate. Those are cute
Janice
pants,
says,
by the
I
way.
had a happy accident last week. I
really
wanted to make
comfy.
ice cream and used cream. I overmixed it and now have
Are
raspberry
they from
spread.
Kohl's?
It goes on a lot of things. That sounds delicious.
Sorry, I'm going to pay attention to here now. I'm going to stop looking at Kate's cute pants.
Lewis says, I'm worried about having issues reading the packages, really trying to avoid fish or fish products. So neither of those,
Are no fish products
There's-
in our stuff.
yeah, none. None of our products contain any fish products.
Not even a little bit.
Mike says I might have to buy actual winter clothes to go to the February Utah meetup.
Yeah, I could just bring a coat for you.
Did you get confirmation on
No.
May yet?
No.
Dang it. Anyway, Meg says, I think she's talking about the package front. My mom has also complained that she can't read the flavor title without her
That's what I'm
glasses.
saying, is the flavor is small.
It
because
is.
it's on the side and it is little. The other flavors were really big. So
Yep.
that's good feedback. Thank
Uh-huh.
you.
Yeah, Mike says the pictures are cool, but the writing is small. Yeah, Mac Warrior wanted orange cream to freeze for Thanksgiving tradition of mixing with cranberry juice. Family
that's
tradition.
a good idea.
We'll have to use orange sherbet as in the past.
Yeah.
Shauna says, blame it on the time change. There you go.
Blame it on rain.
Joe Ray says I made
yeah.
green chili tonight with ground beef. So
Blame it
good.
on the stars.
Donna said, thanks for the info. My grandson wants us a shake to drink right away. However, I bet we will be making
Yes.
pudding as well.
Yes, and the thing is, you can make it with a raw egg. If he is not keto and not used to drinking raw eggs, he may not like it.
Yeah. Mike
So I
points
would
out
just do
keto
like
chum.
heavy cream. Yeah, right? I would probably just do it with heavy cream or butter and then just mix it like you normally would a shake and then have him taste it that way.
Yep. Mike said, Institute is at night or morning? This one's at
This
night.
one's at night because she's at a special age.
Yeah.
Special age. And she's not at a college. So it's a religious class that she's taking. And usually they're associated with college, but she's not in school right now. So
Yeah.
she's just taking it on the side. So it's at a weird time, at a weird place.
Extracurricular.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm glad
Okay.
she gets to take it though.
You ready
It's
for
really
some
great.
questions, Miriam?
Yeah. Oh, these
Okay,
questions?
yeah.
I got it. I'm going to ask them.
Oh, you're going to... Yeah, except I tend to dominate these things, so I like to ask you.
I love to hear your voice.
Whatever, you're such a nerd.
I am nice.
Go ahead.
Chris,
Whatever you want to do.
why did we reduce the amount of acacia gum in newer versions of Keto Chow? Why is less acacia gum a good thing?
Okay. The number one reason we reduced the amount of acacia gum was back about a year ago. There was a worldwide shortage of acacia gum.
Yep.
And so it was actually getting to the point of we were prioritizing flavors of Keto Chow to produce.
It was a nightmare.
It was like we were like, okay, we can produce half as much blueberry pie as we wanted,
Half as much
and
chocolate
then
as
we
we
can
usually
make some
do.
chocolate, and then we can
Make
put
some
some over
chocolate peanut
here.
butter,
We were shifting things
a little
around.
bit of chocolate
It was a
toffee.
nightmare.
And then we were just like, we felt like we were balancing everything out. So that
17
was
plates in the
issue
air.
number one, right?
Yep.
Issue,
So we are able to determine that you could use less acacia gum. Instead of using
Yes.
5.6 grams, you could use 1 gram.
but it happened to correspond well with me doing total carbs at
Mm-hmm.
the time because I was very anxious to test that theory out.
Yeah.
So we're doing all this testing, and I'm just down in all this keto chow because I hadn't been able to have keto chow in a really long time because it was 7 carbs.
Total
And
carbs, yeah.
I had 10 carbs, and everything is
Per day.
per day. And so I was like, I haven't had keto chow in forever. So it was really nice to be able to. What did we test it with the most? I think I was making. We didn't even have core then.
No, we did not have
So
core.
I was making homemade core with the 1 gram of acacia fiber.
Uh-huh.
That's what I kept making over and over and over again by myself, and I never make anything. So obviously it was important to me.
Yeah.
So that was kind of how it became important. And we'd been working on core for a long time, too, before it came out.
So is it better?
It's different.
It's different. Yeah.
It's better because you don't have the total carbs.
It's fewer total carbs.
It doesn't mix quite as well.
With
it
like
used to.
butter, it doesn't. Anyway, you tend to get a little bit of separation.
But it still works.
Now, here's the thing
good.
about the
You
acacia
can
gum.
easily add acacia gum too.
A lot of people, like Joe, like myself, who track total carbs, don't count acacia gum in total carbs. Well, I still do, but in my brain they don't count because they don't raise blood sugar. And it's not like you're using a fiber as a sweetener.
Yes, we're using a fiber as an emulsifier.
Yeah,
mostly.
it makes butter mixed with water is what it does.
Bad
So
water be friends.
is it better? No, again, it's just
Different.
different.
Yeah. But we do like it, and it seems to be working, so we're going to continue to do that. And if you want more acacia fiber, just put a little bit in, and that's
Yep.
good too.
Joe Ray says, I usually use the beef base to thicken my chili. Totally spaced that today. The
Oh,
cool thing about the
man.
beef soup base, or any of the other flavors of Keto Chow, is that
Yeah.
acacia gum
Yeah, and it helps it
lets the
incorporate.
fat, the drippings, mix with the water
Yep.
that's in cooked meat. Like if you cook a bunch of hamburger meat, you usually end up with the stuff in the bottom that's all like, that people drain off. Well, you throw some of the taco soup Keto Chow or the beef soup based Keto Chow. You can even throw chocolate in there if you wanted to.
Yeah, totally.
And it lets
Chocolate
that
chili.
mix. I don't know what ground beef with a chocolate sauce would taste like.
I know people put chocolate in chili before. I don't think I've tasted it, but I've heard of it.
That would be
I know what
really
I want for
interesting.
dinner tomorrow.
What?
Sloppy Joes.
Okay.
Doesn't that sound yum?
Matt says I should have hit science class with Mr. Bear.
Yeah, that was kind of
Why didn't
boring.
it work?
It stopped working.
There it is.
Oh, there it goes.
Just didn't push the button high enough.
Nerd.
You want to? Oh, we're gonna need to get some
Meat out.
ground beef
Yep.
out of the freezer.
Out of the freezer.
Talking about shopping in our freezer.
And then, but I think you should make some bread, some of the PSMF bread, because that will go good with my high protein right now.
Or you could make it.
But I like it when you make it.
I'm sure you do.
You're so good at making it. It's so lovely. I will rub your feet.
Let's see. Shauna says, "How does 1 hour make it change from dark to 9, from dark at 9 p.m. to dark?" The problem
know.
is, I think it's like in the month of September, you end up losing like an hour and a half of daylight.
Yeah. Well, I think because it's getting darker sooner anyway, we just happened to hit the getting darker sooner because all of a sudden it was dark. It's dark in the morning, and then when we change it, it's light in the morning again. But it's slowly getting darker, so it's just into the dark time faster.
Julie says, if I used to have the surprise box, the one that canceled out a couple of years ago, the MyChow Club.
Yes.
I was wanting to join the Pick Your Own, so if I order it on Black Friday, would that be the best time?
Order it before Black Friday.
Yeah. If you're subscribed, if you're currently subscribed with an active subscription that isn't on hold or isn't paused,
What did you say for the fancy stuff? Order it before
something
Black
fancy.
Friday for the fancy stuff.
fancy stuff.
They're going to be like, you said there was going to be fancy stuff, and there's not.
Yeah. Well, and again, that's why I don't want to
I'm going to tie a
oversell
ribbon
it.
in my hair.
Mimi was binge watching Love It on Keto. Nice.
I
All the
love
bread and cookies she
them.
makes with Keto Chow. There you go. Oh yeah, Loving It on Keto has a lot of good recipes for bread stuff that uses.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Even the high-fat bread that we like that's Neely's recipe would probably work really well with my macros right now if we did Sloppy Joes.
Yep.
I'll make the sloppy. You make the bread.
Why don't we just make savory chicken soup chaffles instead?
Okay. That would be good too.
So for any of you who don't know about making chaffles with Keto Chow,
They're magical.
3 eggs, 1 cup of mozzarella, shredded
Cheese.
mozzarella, cheese,
Cheese.
and 1 serving, that could be a packet or a scoop of Keto Chow.
Mm-hmm.
You just mix it together, throw it into the mini Dash waffle makers. It's amazing. And it's like a tablespoon or a
Yeah.
tablespoon and a half.
What is a tablespoon? Oh, yes. It's like a tablespoon and a half.
Okay.
I actually have the spoon that fits the perfect amount, and I just keep that spoon around. And it's the right amount.
Matt wants to know, is the mixing of fat and water called emulsification?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I know big words, because Chris taught me.
That's right. Jory says there is chocolate in mole. I'm not sure how that would work
Yes.
though, an experiment.
I have been thinking about mole sauce.
Mike's put chocolate in chili. There you
Yeah. Speaking of big words, well, we were at the therapist the other day. Kate and I were. Oh my gosh! I just stopped the lady like 6 times. What does that mean? What does that
Oh.
mean? What does that mean? Like, if you want to pause, I can Google right now, or you could just tell me what you just said
Yeah.
in therapist language. I just don't understand what you're talking
Mac
about.
Warrior wants to stop the time changes. I completely agree.
Stop the time changes.
Lisa points out that mole isn't sweet though. At least not the way my aunt makes
Oh, okay,
it.
yeah.
Jason says butterscotch makes good sweet chaffles.
Oh, I bet they would.
I never had it as a chaffle, and I think we're out.
Yeah, somebody ate it all somehow.
Someone made it all into creamies for you.
And then ate them all. I had one.
Someone used up like 4 of them to make that butterbeer video.
Oh, but it was delicious. We did drink all of that.
No, we didn't.
I did.
There were 3 of them left over in the fridge in various states.
I
Actually, there were
drank them.
5. No, I ended up tossing them about a week later.
I drank the butterbeer ones.
Okay.
Must have left the apple pie
And he
ones.
says we put cinnamon on our chili, and that's amazing. Let's
Yeah.
see. Donna wants more butterscotch, please. Okay. Next question.
Oh, sorry. Next question. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is Keto Chow good for diabetics?
So I will turn that over to the chat. We're not diabetics. I had like a metabolic syndrome when I first started keto, but I've never been type 2 or type 1 diabetic. Marie, I know, routinely shares that she's a type 1 diabetic. There are a lot of people who are type 2 diabetic and type 1 diabetic that will absolutely recommend Keto Chow for people because it is really good for people's blood sugar, generally speaking.
Generally.
Now, the FDA requires us to tell you that Keto Chow is not intended to treat or diagnose any disease. It's unless something has been approved by the FDA, you can't say it will take you from a unhealthy state and move you to a healthy state. You can say it helps promote health, or that it
Yes.
will keep you healthy if you already are, but it's really interesting the criteria that they have of what you can claim
Yep.
as far as stuff. So we generally don't make claims, but in the chat, let us know if you think Keto Chow is
Keto
great
Chow's
for
works
diabetics.
well for diabetics.
Matt says my wife accidentally
I
put
think-
pumpkin spice. You think what?
I think Keto Chow is a good tool to have in your tool belt.
My friends say I'm a tool. Anyway, Matt says my wife accidentally put pumpkin spice in a pot of chili once. It actually worked out, and tasted very
Hey,
good.
that pumpkin sausage soup is amazing. and
Mac
it
Warrior
is
says,
pumpkin-y.
I'm type 2. Sharon says, my husband is type 2, and he does just fine with them. Let's see. Geeky Nana says, yes. Cindy says, my husband is a type 1 diabetic. Shauna says, former type 2, and I love my Keto Chow, and it's helped me immensely
Yes.
to lower my glucose, and I'm no longer on medication or insulin.
That's so amazing.
That's fantastic.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay, Janice says, core is perfect for diabetics. My blood sugars have been amazing. Time to make
Yes.
butterscotch core.
Oh, wouldn't that be yummy?
Nancy says, I'm type 2 diabetic, and Keto Chow does not raise my sugar. Premier
Nice.
Shakes always raised it. So glad I found Keto Chow.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Mac Warrior
Thank
says, with
you.
type 2, that's why I use Keto Chow. I lost 30 pounds.
Oh, nice.
Wow,
Speaking
wow.
of pounds,
I'm down 9.6.
9 pounds! And you only started, like, being strict, like, last week?
No, it wasn't last week.
It was last week and a half.
It was, I think, the 20th or the 21st
That's like 2 weeks ago, and
of
that's it.
October.
That's just,
Well, okay.
I'm so proud of you.
Full disclosure, I started a ketogenic diet around the 20th of October 9 years ago.
9 years ago.
And I lost a lot of weight, and it slowly crept back up. It's that snacking thing. Snacking, for me, that's my Achilles heel. I just gotta
Which is funny because I
stay away
never
from
see you
it.
snacking.
Do it all the time. I haven't done it very much because since the 20th, I'm like, look, I know what I need to
Kick
do.
it to the curb.
And I like what Amy Berger says. Just because something is simple doesn't mean it's easy.
Yeah.
Running a marathon is simple. You put one foot in front of the other and you just do that over and over again. But that doesn't mean it's easy. And so I know what I need to do to get on track with a ketogenic diet, to stop snacking. And one way to do that would be doing beef, butter, bacon, and eggs like Joe and Rachel are doing right now.
And a lot of
Get
you
yourself
guys.
back on track. Stage an intervention for yourself. For me, I personally find great success when I track my food before I eat it,
Yes.
which is a bit neurotic and not something I want to have to do the rest of my life. And so what I'm trying to do is get back on track, get back down to the weight that I wanted to be. And my blood pressure has been a little high lately,
Yeah.
such that I haven't been able to donate blood.
Yeah, you got kicked out twice.
Yeah, which is pretty frustrating because I want to be able to donate blood because, among other things, it's a really effective way to get rid of heavy metal buildup in your blood.
Yes. And it helps other people.
Oh, yeah.
Giving them your heavy metals.
I'll make this someone else's
Somehow
problem.
it's
They're
helping them.
very happy to have my heavy metals
Yeah.
and my red blood cells.
I need to make an appointment.
Anyway, so I'm trying to get back on track, get back down, and then I will work on addressing the emotional aspects that have me snacking and sabotaging myself.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and just try to figure out, because what I've learned from Atomic Habits is, right, anytime you take something out, you have to put something else in or something
Yeah.
else is going to go in. Just like those core thoughts in your brain, when you take a thought out, you have to replace it with something else that you believe. Otherwise, it's going to fill itself up with whatever it is. It's
Yeah.
your first thought, right?
yep.
So what are you going to do instead of snacking? Skip?
Well, one thing that we've been having a lot of fun
While we
with
dance in the kitchen.
is we've
So
been
lame.
we have this super janky. I don't even know where we got it. I think I bought it on Woot. It's a snow cone maker, and you throw ice in there,
That was my idea.
and you make
It's not janky. It's
shaved
amazing.
ice, and then you can put like Tarani syrups on it,
Or the little
or
Great
Mio,
Value
like
or whatever.
the flavor
Yeah,
enhancers.
and it doesn't need very much. You just need a tiny
There's
bit.
no calories. It gives you something to do.
It makes you feel like you're snacking.
You're
when
having
not snacking.
a bridge, and it takes the place of that. I want something. Give it to me now.
I'm bored. I
Yeah.
don't have time to start a project. I need to get ready for bed. Whatever it is.
Yeah,
My phone. Excuse me.
it's kind of interesting. Anyway, that's
hiccups.
what I'm currently doing. So I'm tracking everything. I'm eating 3 Keto Chows a day, and then supplementing protein.
Yep. So today you had some turkey.
I had some turkey. Yeah.
I had some turkey too, but that was because I kept walking past it. In fact, I didn't write it down. Dang it.
Okay. Well, anyway, back to type 1 diet or diabetics. Is Keto Chow good for diabetics? Cindy says that her husband, his blood sugar, glucose does not spike at all, even when using the net carb amount on his insulin pump. In fact, his A1C went from 6.6 3 months ago to 6.1.
Wow.
That's awesome. Jennifer says type 1, 47 years.
47.
And I just bolus for the total carbs. I've used it in ice cream and in my coffee and love it. Love core also. Yes. So Mike says, yes, good for diabetics. Lots of people congratulating me on that. Bezor says I went from fasting glucose of over 300 to 80s in less than a year on keto, including Keto Chow, and lost 110 pounds.
Yay, that's so awesome.
Tracy's nemesis is also snacking.
Yeah, we have the same nemesis.
Julie wants to know, what is butterbeer? So it's a butterscotchy drink that is carbonated and has some heavy cream in it.
Yep. So yeah.
LaShawn points out I did lose a lot of weight when I did the 100 days of Keto Chow. Now, here's the thing. After I finished the 100 days, I kind of went back to eating the way that I was. And
yeah. Well, and
I
the
don't
thing
have
is,
an end in
you're
sight this
not,
time.
You've never been off of keto. So
Yeah.
you can gain weight on keto. You can...
It's usually snacking and treats.
Or even too high a fat or just not quite getting the things right. But I think what's important to remember is with any kind of regimen that you're doing, you have to deal with some of those emotion management things, any of the things that got you to the place you were in the first place. So why were you overeating, or why were you eating this way, or why were you binging, or why were you, whatever the thing is, there has to be a reason you're doing it in the first place. It's subconscious, obviously, because you can't make a conscious notice why you do those things. Were you snacking because you're bored? Probably. You're just bored or whatever that is. But you recognize that thing and deal with that thing so that when you finish the regimen that you're, getting yourself started on, you can get to a sustainable lifestyle.
A rest of your life thing. Yep.
Rest of your life.
Jess Jason says I started eating more meals and stopped fasting so much, and that got me back on track.
Isn't that
very
interesting? And probably the fasting is what got you on track in the first place. Yeah. So then you had to switch things up. And I noticed so much. You start doing something, and then it changes, and then you have to change something else. So, yeah, just
very interesting.
Bodies are really well
exposing
adapting.
Darkness is here.
Things. Hi.
Shauna says, not me imagining Chris being magnetic. Freaking magnets, how do they work?
How do they work?
Okay, Mac Warrior says, so if I made a recipe with Keto Chow to eat, can I still drink a serving of Keto Chow and eat the treat together? Depends on how much of it I would not recommend more than a maximum of 3 servings of Keto Chow a day.
Right.
Just because of the fat-soluble vitamins that are in there.
Yep.
You could use something incorporating Keto Chow as part of a meal, but you wouldn't want to have 3 Keto Chows and then stuff that uses Keto Chow, just because it's probably going to be too much vitamins. Monica says, any Black Friday sales on Keto Chow? Not that we're currently discussing.
We'll announce them when it gets closer.
Yeah. I have a phrase that I use with my kids, which is, I'm being deliberately evasive. Mm-hmm. It means I'm skirting around the issue and kind of being funny about it, but I'm deliberately not telling you. So, and it's because we're not quite ready to announce them yet.
Yep.
It'll be coming up.
We'll get there, though. It's soon.
Janice says, I've been trying to place the flavor of vanilla core and finally realized it's the flavor of French vanilla coffee mate.
Oh, yeah.
Minus the carbs.
That totally makes sense.
And it says 9 pounds sounds like water weight. Well, so water weight usually happens when you haven't been doing keto, you've been doing a standard American diet, and then you go off that, you lose maybe 1 or 2 pounds, and then for some people, they will suddenly see just a drop of 4 or 5 pounds. So for me, it's been averaging like a half a pound, not a day. Yeah, I guess a day.
Yeah.
And it's been going up and down. And oh man, on what was it? That on Halloween, I ate
Bacon
more
for dinner.
bacon than I normally would have. I had bacon for dinner.
Right.
And my weight was up 2
like 3
pounds the
pounds,
next
2
day.
pounds?
Yeah, 1.9.
But that leads me to what I am noticing about water. So whenever you have a lot of salt, anytime we go to a Brazilian steakhouse, especially late at night, I'm up and wait the next day.
Yeah.
It's salt is gonna hold that water,
Yeah.
right? And so if I eat
Until
something
you use it up.
really salty, but see, I have problems with swelling in my legs and stuff. So anytime I'm up for a long period of time, even if I'm fasting, if I stand up and I go to the mall for 10 hours and I walk, I'm gonna have swollen legs that next day. And I just know I'm going to be up in weight. That doesn't mean I gained weight. That's still mostly water, right? And salt sometimes will help with that, and sometimes salt will hinder with that. But that's something learning about my body that I've noticed. So I can tell, like, oh, if I'm up in weight, I just think, what did I eat? What did I do yesterday or the day before? And then I can know, oh, that's swelling. Oh, that's actually a problem. I need to get things in control. Like, I snacked too much. I know that's problematic.
There you go. Loretta was 1 point below pre-diabetes on A1C, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big improvement, down 47 pounds since
Oh
January.
my gosh, that's a lot.
Winning slowly, and I'm older, thanks to Keto Chow.
Oh,
Nice.
Loretta, I'm so proud of you.
Let's see. Anne says type 1 and taking long-acting insulin. And
She said type 2.
Oh, type 2, sorry. Yes. And Monjaro did not notice a spike. Marie says, type 1 diabetic here. I found that I have even smoother blood glucose post-shake when I use the Wagyu beef tallow as the fat.
Isn't that interesting? I love the Wagyu beef tallow. I'm so glad we discovered
Shauna
it.
just had a birthday cake keto chow made with
Yes.
butter and coconut milk. Continuous glucose monitor shows no change at 90.
Yes.
And LaShawn says snacking will get you every time.
I know, it's trying to kill you.
Yep.
That's that back to, I just turned the volume down. What the heck?
Bezor says Dr. Siwas says a snack is always an emotional.
It really is.
Put your watch on sleep mode.
Oh, yeah, okay. No. What's his name? We were at the thing. The guy, the researcher. The guy.
Are you talking about Ben Bickman?
No. Who was it the last conference we were at? Ryan Lowry.
Okay.
Ryan Lowry's slide from Keto Palooza. I didn't get a picture of it. I swear I did. But he had a bunch of lines, right? There were people. There's
Okay.
a person in their day, all day long. They had all these dots every time they ate.
Oh, yeah.
And it was shocking because it wasn't like 5 dots. It was like 25 dots per person. I'm like, that's how many times they're eating. But so often, it's so easy to just walk by, grab a handful of nuts, grab a handful of nuts. And you've had 4
Drive-by
handful
nuts.
of nuts. And that's not good.
See, and for me, that's why if I write stuff down
Yeah.
before I eat it,
Yeah.
and I have to be intellectually honest with myself.
Yeah. That's huge.
And it is. And it's like, you can't lie to yourself, but we do it all the time.
Yeah.
Or at least we think we're getting away with it. And so it's like, I'm not going to eat it until I write it down. And so it's like, I don't want to write that down. I'm just not going to eat it.
Yeah. But you
And
know
that works.
What
for
worked
me.
really well when you started was you measured out nuts into like baggies and
Yeah,
stuff.
I'd get like a big thing of the smoked almonds and root beer with a splash of heavy cream.
Yeah, that was the best
If
treat
I was
ever. Yeah.
like, I gotta have something, just get a cup, put diet root beer into it, and then a little bit of heavy cream, and it's like root beer float.
It was so good.
Like you don't even need a lot of heavy cream.
Yeah, and that was the treat treat you needed at the time.
Geeky Nana says that happens when I eat a lot of pork in a variety of products.
Yeah, because the salt, you just hold on to the water.
LaShawn says I had an eggnog keto chow today. Yeah, Shauna says snacking
mad.
turns into one meal all day.
Yeah.
Oh, mad.
So true.
And Anna says that's why CGM can keep you honest with snacks. Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Even when wearing a CGM, I was flat.
I also
All
am totally
day.
flat.
Like,
It's just flat a
Yeah.
little higher. It's like it sits at 100. But I honestly think the CGMs read higher because I'll be at 80
Yeah.
on a whatever it's called.
Meg
Keto
says, I think
Mojo.
that some of my backsliding was emotional. It's been a rough and stressful year.
Totally.
Easy to mindlessly snack instead of mindfully eating has sabotaged me big time. Labs don't lie.
Right?
Sean says, reminds me of Laverne, from Laverne and Shirley, milk and Pepsi.
Right? You
never
ready
had
for the
milk and
next
Pepsi.
one?
Yep.
Milk and Pepsi. Okay, can someone tell me how to use the electrolyte drops?
Here's how I use them. I open up the bottle and I just dump some into my water.
And then drink it.
And then I mix it up. Because if you don't mix it up, it settles to the bottom.
Yep.
And you're just getting the stuff at the top that has none of it in. I mix it up and then I take a drink. And if it doesn't taste salty, I add a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And I do that 3 or 4 times until I get to where I can start tasting the saltiness.
Yep.
And for me,
That's
that's
good.
how much I need.
Yeah.
And it's a good way for me to get more electrolytes. Because especially when you're starting, you need more sodium.
Yep.
And the number one thing that the electrolyte drops is going to provide to you is sodium with potassium and some magnesium. Mm-hmm. And sodium is actually kind of easy to get. Like pickle juice will give
Salt.
it to you.
Chicken broth.
Now the electrolyte drops also have that potassium, which is kind of hard to get, and the magnesium, which is really hard to get. Mm-hmm. So it's just a good way to make your water taste better or make a headache go away.
Yep.
We've gotten off of airplanes before. We were in the Atlanta airport opening up a bottle of the electrolyte drops and just doing a couple of shots of the
'Cause we were just
straight
hurrying.
stuff
Yeah.
to get rid of headaches. And it totally worked.
Totally worked.
Like, it's almost like your
I
body
think Holly
goes,
had the
oh,
magnesium
okay.
drops in her
Yep.
purse. Thank you, Holly.
Lynette says my CGMs can read differently depending which arm I was wearing
And
on.
if you fall asleep on it, then it could go low, but it's really probably
Yep.
not low, so you just have to pay attention.
Now, this is not medical advice.
Right.
But you totally can use alternate placement sites for the different CGMs. When they did the clinical trials of the Freestyle Libre, they used the back of the arm because it's a good space for the water that's in between your cells. Interstitial fluid.
Interstitial fluid.
Yep. And that's what a CGM is checking. So back of the arm works really well. The problem is if you lay on your arm, if you're a side sleeper, it's terrible.
I've taken a CGM off on the wall before.
Oh,
I
I've
could
done
just
it
run
so
into the
many
corner of the
times.
wall and
Okay.
Ow!
So last time I had a CGM, I actually stuck it right here. It was like 3 fingers below my clavicle. Mm-hmm. But I also looked in the mirror and make sure I wasn't going to bullseye a vein.
because he did that the first time.
I did that the
And
first
it looked
time.
like he had a really big hickey. I'm like,
Well,
where'd
it
that
was a
come from?
giant bruise and it bled. It bled
was so
and
gross.
bled and bled. Like
Just poked right into your heart.
I actually like put on an undershirt and I looked down and it was bleeding through the CGM, through my undershirt, through my shirt. I was like,
All the shirts.
I actually think it might have been this shirt that it bled on. Anyway, like literally I think it was this one.
Ooh, Anne said Sonic, sugar-free, cherry lime, and 3 squirts of
there you go.
electrolytes. Ooh, that sounds yummy.
Sean says, I keep knocking mine off my arms so much, the specialist helped me find a good spot on my side.
Oh,
there you go.
good. That's good.
Gina says, do you drink flavored electrolytes like LMNT or Redman? We literally, right here, have...
Yes, we do.
We should
We
really
do a
use
lot.
that because it's just
I
sitting
will
there.
take it because I only have one thing. I've been going through them
Yeah.
every day.
Or do we only use the Keto Chow drops and capsules? I take 3 of the magnesium capsules every night,
I take
and it keeps my cramps away.
take 1 or 2 magnesium capsules. I also alternate with the electrolyte capsules, the salt, just the regular salt capsules. What do we
Oh,
call
okay.
those?
The electrolyte capsules.
Electrolyte capsules. But then I also pay attention to what I've eaten in that day. So if I've had Keto Chow, I usually don't need as much salt at night.
Yeah.
If I have regular food, or if I go to a Brazilian barbecue, I won't need it because I will have enough salt. But I also salt all the meat. So
Okay.
it's interesting how my body works, and I have figured out a lot of things about it. Anytime we travel, I take more electrolytes because I'm going to be tired from all of the traveling.
Well, Sean says that the Libre drove me crazy going off in the middle of the night. Yeah, it's funny.
yeah.
That's one of the reasons I don't like to put it on my arm.
Because it'll go-
you can turn off a lot of the alarms, but you cannot turn off the hypoglycemic event.
Which is smart.
It's super smart.
Because
if
you
you're
don't want to
type
ever
1
have that.
and you have super
Or
low blood
type
sugar,
2.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you took too much insulin, it can kill you. And so that is absolutely, like it overrides your phone's do not disturb. And it's this piercing, screaming noise.
Yep.
And yeah,
And you can't turn that off.
you can't turn that off. But I never had any of those when I put it on my chest. Mac Warrior is looking forward to a new Apple Watch next year with blood glucose readings.
Oh, that would be cool.
Here's the thing about that. Various sources have been predicting that Apple would come out with the ability to track blood glucose on a watch for the last 10 years.
Oh, so it may not actually happen.
They keep working on it, and they acquired, I think they're up to 3 companies that they've acquired now.
Oh, to try to get it right.
In the effort. Like, they are throwing a lot of money at it. I think they're going to make it work. But don't hold your breath.
We'll see.
So.
We'll see.
LaShawn says, you wear all them shirts to bed, Chris? No, it was in the morning. I
Yeah.
put it in the morning after I took a shower, and then I put on the
Got
shirt.
dressed for the day.
Yeah, and I was like getting ready to walk out the door, and I'm like, what the heck? Iowa, nice. Says I used the electrolyte drops twice, added to water, and I had severe cramping in my stomach both times.
Oh, wow,
You
wow.
know what would cause that? Using too much, not needing it?
Maybe.
It depends on how much you added,
Also, were you eating that without any other food?
possibly.
Because we've noticed with the daily minerals, sometimes people will take a whole bunch in the morning and
Yeah.
it just hits their stomach like a rock because it is minerals. So it can make people have an upset stomach.
Yeah.
So I would, see if you've eaten anything else. Maybe just make sure that when you go to do it, you're eating them after you've had some food.
Okay. Yeah, so, I'm not sure why it would cause that. LaShawn says LMNT, or Element, tastes better than Redman's. That's a matter of taste.
Yeah, I think they both taste good.
Here's
I like
the thing.
them all.
Both of them, well, okay, I actually don't know if it still does. Relight had a very tiny amount of maltodextrin in it. And they had that on their website, and people kind of freaked out about it.
Yep.
And I know that they were at least working to get that removed.
Oh, they've changed it. This is a new packaging. This is the new one.
LMNT has always had a tiny amount of maltodextrin, but does not disclose it on their packaging or on their website. So I kind of
So
think,
they're not in trouble.
yeah, I kind of think Relight did the cool thing. Now, LMNT mixes better, but it's still, for me, because I want to take a 16-ounce water bottle, put the electrolytes into it, and then drink that. I don't want to have to fill up a 64-ounce or 32-ounce thing, or use half of a packet. And so for me, both the Relight and the Element has too much flavoring for the amount of electrolytes that are in there. And it's too much for a 16-ounce water bottle.
Right. And I fill up my 40-ounce Stanley,
Yeah,
and I just put 1 scoop, which is,
in 40 ounces.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then it's kind of watered down, but that's how I like it.
Oh, Shauna says Libre 2 finally has a setting you can turn off all alarms for 6 hours. Oh. But can you still turn off the low blood sugar alarm? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
maybe.
Because I think that one was FDA mandated. Kaden wants to know which is better for sleep, the magnesium drops or the magnesium capsules.
The drops work faster.
They should be exactly
They
the
should
same.
be the same.
Because one is just a dried version of the other.
But the capsules have to get into your stomach and be
dissolve, yeah.
absorbed. And so it's going to take a minute. Whereas the drops are just already drops. They're already liquid. So it works really fast.
Marie says in one of my diabetic groups I'm a member of, they have a saying, bleeders are readers in regards to CGMs. And
Yeah.
Libre tends to read higher than actual blood sugar. Let's see. And Anne says the Libre link up alerts family as well. That's true.
Yes, which is so cool. And I mean, that's so awesome. We have a friend who's type 1, and her husband and I think mother or mother-in-law or something is on there. So if anything is a problem, then they know about it.
MacWire points out that about 50% of Americans are magnesium deficient.
Yes.
Did the research because of restless leg, which is
Yes.
really bad.
Yes.
Let's see. MacWire says it's been reported that Apple has figured it out from good sources. Hey, I think
Can't
that's
wait
fantastic.
to see it.
I was actually watching something. Was it Marky Brownlee? Somebody had a video where they were talking about how, and it was posted like yesterday, that, yep, people are saying that it's going to come out, and I hope it does. But they've been saying that for years.
Okay, but here's the thing.
What?
So, I'm not trying to ditch on Apple or anything, but they came up with the scuba diving watch that's supposed to be so awesome.
Yeah.
But they specialize in computers and all those other things. The dive computers are just better.
I agree
They
that
just
a
are.
dive computer, for me, works better than a specialized piece of equipment. But
And so possibly the specialized blood glucose reader would be better.
iOS says probably was I didn't take the electrolyte drops with food. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I would definitely. Or just after you've had food. So you've already had breakfast, then have some with your water.
Marie says
during
about
the
20
day.
years ago there was a watch style CGM called Gluco Watch that didn't last very long. It was probably ahead of its time, and it caused
Yeah.
rashes. Yeah. I can believe that.
Oh,
Yeah, Mike says daily minerals with food are much more tolerable for my stomach. Teresa says, I was on the phone talking to my sister. Well, that's fantastic.
oh,
Sean says that
Well,
does
how's
turn
your
off the
sister? I
extreme
hope
low
she's
as
doing
well.
well.
Wow, okay.
nice.
Let's see. LaShawn uses a whole pack and a lot of ice in a 64-ounce jug of sparkling water.
Yes. Oh, sparkling water sounds amazing.
Yeah. Lady Fritz there says, yeah, Rachel, what Rachel does is Rachel Stoffer kills the Libre app so it doesn't do the low blood sugar
Oh, that makes sense.
alarms. And then in the morning, the app catches up when she turns it back on. Joanna is here. Hi there.
Hi, Joanna.
Mimi says, I wake up my grandson every night with that low alarm. As soon as I get in bed, it drops to the 60s and then the upper 50s. LaShawn says I have to use the Keto Chow electrolytes in sparkling water because it tastes nasty to me in flat
Yeah,
water.
I think you're right because for some reason the sparkling water just feels like it should have minerals in it.
It was Melissa and Nick. They went to Germany and people were like, do you want gas or
you want
no
your water
gas?
gassed?
And they were like, what? They meant
We-
sparkling
we
or
want
not.
no gas, please. I do not want to gas my water, but I guess everybody just has sparkling water there. I'm like, you're my friends.
Exchange student likes to use your straw
Yes,
method.
we do that too.
So you take a cup with a straw, you put the electrolytes or the magnesium
down
usually in this case,
the straw.
and then when you suck it up, it goes right past. Yep.
And then you can get that headache real quick. I should have done that today because I had a headache half the day.
Oh, Anna can't bear to wear a watch, and the Libre 2 is or 3 is far better. Fiber
Nice.
sticks by it. There you go. Lisa says, doesn't the fasting drops say to take with food? The fasting drops,
I
it
don't
doesn't
think
say to take either way.
But you can't. You can cook with any of the drops.
You can.
Also.
Like, we were actually, one time, Steve and I were at a show. We were with Autumn, Richard, and Maria Emmerich at a steakhouse. A really expensive steakhouse that did not have salt.
I could not believe they didn't have any salt.
And we later realized Steve had a bottle of fasting drops, but that steak was a good steak. It needed salt bad.
Mm-hmm.
You can totally use the fasting drops or the
So
electrolyte
all
drops
of you put the
as
fasting
salt
drops
on food.
the
We should have.
steaks.
We didn't. We
What?
forgot. It wasn't until we left
So you're
that
all
we
like,
realized it.
I need salt.
Yes, it was so sad. So, but the fasting drops don't say to take with food, which would kind of go against the fasting drops. You just don't want to have a whole bunch at one time.
Yeah.
I've never experienced or heard of anybody reporting issues with the fasting drops causing nausea or stomach discomfort, but it's possible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Linda
that
mixes
just says-
daily minerals with eggs. That's awesome.
That does sound awesome. Why am I not doing that?
Okay, last question. What does it say?
Last question. Ugh. I ran out of heavy whipping cream and used avocado oil instead. I've tried butter in the past as well, and it wasn't bad. What else does everyone use for fats that actually taste decent?
My number one tip for mixing avocado oil with Keto Chow is use a blender.
Yep.
Because it will emulsify and it won't leave a slick and it just mixes so much better.
Totally.
And that was
Totally, modally.
what sparked the idea of using
Butter in the
melted
first
butter and warm
place,
water.
which changed our lives.
Changed our lives. But yeah, so actually, check this out. If you go on the Keto Chow website, you go to learn, You go to how to make Keto Chow. Mm-hmm. In the it's down here. What fats can I use?
Well, that's hard to read, that white font on that yellow background.
Got a whole list. Heavy whipping cream, melted butter, ghee or clarified butter, coconut oil, Wagyu beef tallow, avocado oil, peanut butter, egg yolks. You can use cream cheese.
Or eggs.
Whipping cream. Fats that you can use, but we typically do not recommend. Olive oil, because the flavor is just so strong.
Yeah, but people have used it.
MCT oil tends to mess with people's triglycerides, and it causes a condition technically known as disaster pants. There's also canola oil and soybean and vegetable oil, which are very high in inflammatory polyunsaturated seed oils. Macadamia nut oil, which has a really strong flavor. Coconut cream
Yeah, that should actually
works.
be up to the top.
Well, it's because it's kind of high in carbs.
Yeah, but if you put it up with the olive oil, it's in more,
Yeah.
like more
These
section.
aren't in order of anything.
Okay.
Filtered bacon grease has a strong flavor and it tends to get hard. Milk has really a lot of sugar. Please don't use it. Half and half, there's an entire page devoted to why we don't recommend
if
that.
If you want to hear Chris wax philosophical, let's ask him about half and half.
And here we have, you can use powdered fats, but their packaging rounds down.
Yes.
Which means that they'll have 3 to 15 times more carbs per calorie than their liquid counterparts, like powdered butter, powdered heavy cream, powdered cream cheese, powdered MCT oil, and then there's a video. So, yeah, lots of different fats that you can use, and we do recommend a minimum of at least 10 grams of fat in order to get all of the vitamins out of Keto Chow. And we usually don't recommend that just because if you're only using 10 grams of fat, it may be you have conflicting goals, and let's talk about it.
Maybe.
Talk to our customer service team. They might be able to help you out. Let's see. Exchange student keeps Redmans in the purse.
Yes.
I refill an empty Zip Fizz container. There you
Oh,
go.
that's a good idea.
Dennis likes ghee.
Dennis,
LaShawn likes
didn't get to
butter
talk
and a
to you
raw
yesterday.
egg. B-Dog concludes, yeah, butter's best. Dennis also likes coconut oil. Shauna likes coconut cream. B-Dog likes coconut cream as well. Because got 2 cases accidentally. That's funny. Let's see. And that coconut cream, by the way, is really good in Maria Emmerich's egg pudding recipe.
It is really good.
That you can use Keto Chow in place of the in place of the cocoa powder and the sweetener, and you also use scrambled eggs, by the way.
Yep.
Dennis says 3 or more sources of fat. You burn what you get. There you go. Exchange student says cream cheese is yum, especially in the raspberry cheesecake. True. Maria's been using sour cream, creme fraiche, mascarpone cheese, and some additional dairy fats can be used as well.
Those are so good.
Let's see. B-Dog and Cindy are talking to each other. Mike says avoid powdered water.
That's not a
Right?
thing.
It is a thing. There are some emergency like prepper stores. I remember going as a kid, and they would sell like freeze-dried this and MREs and stuff like that. And they literally had a packet, and it said emergency dehydrated water. And it was a joke. And it was, add
water.
Yeah, add water, and it was pretty funny.
Silly.
Marie says, oh, and if you dehydrate your bacon, the smaller amount of fat that renders from it is not as strong flavor-wise, so it may work better as a fat source for Keto
That
Chow.
would make sense. Yeah.
Okay, Iowa Nice says, I have the chicken Keto Chow in my drawer at work with a jar of peanut butter for winter
Nice.
days when I forget lunch.
That's
It's
a
one of my
great
top
idea.
favorite Keto Chow recipes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's a good idea.
Chicken Keto Chow with a peanut butter. Well, because they use peanuts in a lot of Asian chicken things. So,
Yeah.
John says, I like the coconut cream is shelf stable until
Yes.
opened. That is true. You can get shelf stable whipping cream.
Yeah. We have got it at like Trader Joe's, I think.
Yep. And also, by the way, butter will last pretty much indefinitely in the freezer. Like forever.
Unless your freezer goes out.
True. Well, and then if it's salted butter, it will last like a couple months without the freezer.
Right.
Lady Fritzer Sater says, I gave a friend a maple waffle creamy and he can't stop talking about it. He wants to buy someone's old model creamy when they snatch up the new model, which is on the Costco site right now. We actually might want to buy one because
do.
our one at home was making some funny
It's kind
noises.
of getting sad.
I did run a cleaning.
Oh,
So
you
I
did?
filled up an empty creamy with water
With soap.
and then told it to run a cycle.
Okay.
So it brings down the thing. And
that was probably a good idea.
Sean says, I hardly use heavy whipping cream anymore. Almost always butter. Even my coffee when I go out.
Yep.
There you go. All right. Well, I think we're going to go. Thank you so much for joining us. We've been on almost an hour and a half, and you can hear it in my voice.
It's been so fun to hang out. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
and
you all have
supporting
a
us.
fantastic night. It's almost 11 o'clock there in the Eastern
Yeah,
time zone.
Sleep tight, guys.
Yeah, you guys have a good night. Bye.
Bye.